Here's Warriors. It's 11:05 EST. It's time for Mike and me. Mike, how you doing today, buddy?
Do you have the screen, coach? I'm
Yeah,
good. Okay. Oh, you
yeah,
got it?
I'm sharing.
Okay, because
And
I got 19 portfolios open. I'm okay, coach.
uh,
Day
oh,
after,
oh,
please lead.
okay, a little bit of an unwind of the Trump trade, except in equities. Dollar gave it back. I actually reshorted yen yesterday because it didn't confirm. I'll go over it. Same thing with the dollar. It didn't confirm, still diverged. We're trying, both of them are trying to hold moving averages here. I think it's a hope in front of the Fed. I think yields are also, they're reversing. Um, another scenario.
Right.
I think that yields will, fall to four. And I talked to Katie Stockton, and she's talking
Love
about possibility of a buying climax, and she's really paying attention to the gap that was left yesterday. She's getting some DeMarc stuff. Anyway, we're almost not that far from 6,100 now, are we? We could be there pretty soon. We're 130 handles away. I think NASDAQ might have, I thought maybe 22,000. I see no reason to sell it. Um,
This is one,
s-
may I?
yeah, go ahead.
This is one of the most hard. Listen, everybody, it seems that to a degree that everybody's in the pool. But
Yeah,
even if you are, you still have a good, probably a good mark unless you started buying literally now. So this is where, at least for me being an active manager, is when you have a little bit of a drawback and it's hard to see that dissipate and be structured. And see, we always say, coach, would I be in this now if I wasn't in it? As you're going to have pullbacks. And for me, it's the hardest thing of a trader. That's what I have to say, coach. I apologize.
well, that's okay. Looking at B of A, yesterday's guest thinks it's going to be a legendary short. So, I looked at it. Porter Stansberry is the one who said that. I couldn't get an answer out of him if he was short, where he would short it, where he'd be wrong. Um,
Why not?
uh, uh, I don't know.
I know you can get it out of anybody, so I don't know what the problem is.
I think he's used to talking about, kind
Big.
of a general scenarios of, the big debt crisis coming. So I figured that we should at least take out the 22 high. Um, that's going all the way back to, that last high, but we are diverging on the weekly. I'm stalking it. My preferred short's going to be Airbnb, and that's because it's not close to making challenging these highs back here in 22. We've made lower highs. The market's at a new high. We can't even take out the lower high. And I'm looking at the potential of a right shoulder up here in Airbnb. And, there's a reason I bring guests in. I get great ideas from
Yeah, of
our guests.
course.
So,
That's what.
you know, so, Melody Wright, if she's right about housing and she says the business model of Airbnb, when that happens, is worthless. So
We've discussed this. Right.
I'm going to be looking at a short because, if we ever take out 110 again, 110, 170, under 110, you're talking a $50 stock. So this is on my watch list for shorts as well, and DH Horton, the housing stocks, and mainly because of Katie. So I'm going to be watching them technically. We had a breakdown already in DR Horton, and maybe we get a rally back to 180.
Look at
Um,
Lennar, coach. That was the first one to flinch, I believe.
yeah,
LEN is the symbol.
okay, so I think that housing stocks could be the leader on the downside. Pretty ironic considering our new president, former president, is a developer that maybe he'll be presiding over real estate crisis 2.0 after 08, 09. He'll get his chance if
Well,
Melody's right.
everything comes in cycles, and
Yeah.
he's been broke a couple of times developing. Let's just know he's
Yeah.
on the upswing. Just like it. You have to.
Like a trader.
I was going to say correct.
Yeah, what trader hasn't gone broke? I also noticed, Mike, that China's lighting up
Yeah, it is.
after, so that's a bit of an unwind of the Trump trade.
Yep.
So the Mexican peso is coming back. That's an unwind of the Trump trade. So a lot of unwinding except equities. Equities are the only thing that hasn't, the euphoria is still there, but you're getting an unwind in the dollar, which was a strong dollar, was a Trump trade. Oh, Bitcoin still, still looks good. That's a Trump trade. Um, Bitcoin, I don't think you can be short. I think we're going to 100 grand. And I talked about this a month ago when interviewed on Real Vision.
You did, Coach.
I
You
was
did.
calling it a bull flag. Um, Others would call it a cup and handle. Here's a weekly. So this was a flag, and I thought eventually we'd break out, and we did. And it measures, this was a $65,000 move. So 65 from, you know, 70 is 130. I think we're going to 130. And probably in a hurry. So this is too, part of the melt up. So stocks and Bitcoin are the best performers and holding the election gains that they made so far. Other things are unwinding. I'm interested, buddy, in what you're doing today. And we have the Fed. It's almost like we uh, it's like a non-event after what happened this week. Most people saying they're going to go a quarter, and then you'll hear the same gibberish of data dependent at the press conference. But they can't be happy um, with what happened to the bond market after their last move, their interest rate cut. This is what happened to TLT. And TLT is trying to hold, but, still a red candle. It gap lower. It's trying to turn, but see, there's still a gap above it here.
I
So
see.
this is still a kind of a
Just
weak
taking
chart.
off some stock here. Oop, sorry, Coach.
What's that?
No, just taking off some stock here. Market's going.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Oh, by the way, all active stuff, all weekly. You could. Right before I believe you're going to ask
I'm
me
I'm going to
anything
give
that's
you the charts now because I've jabbered. Oh, there you go. Okay. So you're ready for me. All right. You
ready to
got
get
the
ready.
sweeps here.
Uh, okay.
So,
A couple of
pe-
things go to yesterday's video.
okay.
What tipped everybody's hand? Let's go to some charts. Okay, this is what tipped people's hand. Next, please
Yeah.
watch yesterday's video. A couple of things, and then I'll zone in. Okay, this
Okay.
was election night.
All right.
Not even in
I'm not seeing charts. I'm seeing your
my face.
no.
No, I know it's black.
Look at the screen.
When I see,
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah.
okay, this was election night.
Yeah.
Even at 3:59 Eastern, the proverbial close or a minute two,
Yeah.
right before the election bell, they didn't even want to step in at the moving averages and take a chance. Just the
Yeah.
hell of it.
Yeah.
And this also tipped the hand going in. I told this again. Those are the financials. The financials and the VIX told the story going into the election. All right. Are there stocks now like IONQ that are up 30% on the day? Brothers, a coffee chain somewhat analogous to the next Starbucks, up 40% today. I'm actually short in a nice way. Uh, it's just stocks making still
You can always find them, Mike.
well,
And were there calls on these?
no.
Okay.
APP. It's up 40, it was up $70 at one point. A cloud stock, if you will. App loving. Fine. Uh what are the stocks? Ralph Lauren. 0 to hero. I pulled back a little bit. It gapped up. There might be profit taking. Who knows? range, price action, and volatility. That to me, with the VIX down here, yes, the Fed is, prevalent, and I'm not going to be say one of my, I don't want to say egregious statement. It works for me of saying I don't care. I'm aware. As we go to my main screen here, as one of the stocks I just brought up literally a second ago is still flying off the board with calls. IONQ. I'll go back to here as Tesla approaches.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's see it.
there it is, 300.
Wow. Well, I mean, he's basically Secretary of State now.
Oh, that's fine. But
Yeah,
for a trader, there's
yeah.
always a place to go.
Look
And
at
I know
that.
some of the Trump trade came off. Sure, the
This
Mexican.
didn't. Yeah,
Oh,
this
okay,
looks
yeah.
great.
All right. What else? How about this? Uber. Remember how we used to? I used to I'll show them now. How everything is even bifurcated in stocks compared to General Motors and
Yeah,
Ford.
yeah.
There's Ford and GM. And what else was I going to say?
So Uber and Lyft probably.
Right, and Uber. Thank you, Uber. And here's Lyft.
Wow.
And I am shorted, by the way, from a nice price. Not going to
Okay.
lie.
I don't know who to call for a ride today now.
Uh, I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, you're riding the stock.
Well,
Better than taking a
so
ride
like
in the
again, for
car.
me, like
Yeah.
again, it never gets old. Not gonna lie. Here's the VIX. When I'm seeing stocks like, as I said before, still Nvidia. All right, I don't know if it's a blow off,
Yeah.
but they're giving you chances either on some sort of flag, a dip. You can learn how to trade the low volume pullback. The upside might be capitulation on volume, something like that. There's a
Yeah.
lot of these fundamentals 101 that are applying here.
Yeah, I don't think yesterday Brett made a new high. Um, but it's only going to take a couple days if it doesn't fall apart for it to do so. Anyway, we have Dave next week.
Oh, bravo, coach.
Okay, so
That's great.
we'll see if he's still at 7,100 for his S&P call. That would say a lot. There's a lot left on the table. I other guys I know, um, for example, what's my trading warrior brother's name? He helps us a lot. Anyway, I'm having a senior moment.
That's okay.
But
I am
he
too. I
was
can't.
looking for 6,100, and he's been there for 6 months. Uh, Gosh, I wish I could remember his name. I could go to my Twitter and I'll remember his name.
Nice job, Jeff, with the lemonade. I swear to God, every time I think of lemonade, I think of Jeff Norman. He's got that lemonade. I hope I gave the proper dissertation. Yes, like I said yesterday, even if I didn't, I'm glad you have it. Bravo, good hole. Price action. Look, we're having somebody, Jeff, right here. He's along this stock. He asked me what I would do on a dip on a low volume pullback.
So how long's he been hanging out in the room?
Long enough to have a freaking winner from 20 to 30.
That's
Nice
nice.
grade.
Yeah, really nice.
Henrik Zeberg, is that his name?
That's it. You mind reader? Yeah,
No,
I was looking.
actually surfs up. Surfs up.
Oh, okay.
So he's
Thank you for being my
well,
my
he's the lead
memory,
well, he's
Alexis.
the lead senior person.
Uh, uh,
He's the
I
lead.
mean, I don't look bad for 95, do I?
No, you don't know. I'm sure
For
the insides look
95
worse
years
than I'm
old?
sure the insides look worse than the outsides. I don't know about that though.
Well, yeah, you'll have to see me walk one day.
Well,
I'm
anyway,
going to visit you in North Carolina. How about that?
yeah, sure, coach.
I've never been there.
I haven't either.
I want to see it. Anyone in the room from North Carolina?
The Rev Shark is no a couple
Were
of
you
Twitter
going to be
guys.
near the coast?
I'm going to Raleigh.
Okay, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh. Well,
Okay.
I'm going to have to say it right, Raleigh.
Is that how they say it?
I don't know
Okay.
yet, but they're going to know I'm from New York. That's for sure. There's no hiding.
Yeah, you won't be able to. So,
All right, a
anyway,
couple of things on my screen. China,
yeah,
cores, number one option play, Nvidia, SMCI. I had
yeah.
this one long. Nice dead cat bounce here. Came out with earnings. It doesn't look like a lot, but it is 20 to 20, 20 to 20. I'm seeing it's me selling it
It's
all the
like
way up there.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
like
it,
a
guys. Well,
broken stock bounce. Yeah,
it is a broken. So everything is, listen, for me, I want even as you see these moves, Under Armour up 30%, a stock like Lemonade doing that. The VIX, as some of these China stocks are taking a lot of calls here still, the VIX is still abated. I wish it would pop a little bit so I can start adjusting. So when the VIX is down here and you got stocks like this, like a Lemonade, there's a lack of volatility. And when there's a lack of volatility and the VIX right now is like 16 or 17, money managers got to put more money to work. What's the excuse when there's low volume now? You got to
Yeah.
either chase FOMO or there's another place to go. So when the VIX is up here, listen, it's another
Down
one of
here.
these cheesy fundamentals. Stop, what sell stops or let your stops
If
ride
it
up.
starts getting into that gap, and especially if it fills that gap, that's a warning sign. Okay. So I'm just saying, that could have been, a buying climax. That could have been a sell. We could have a selling climax in volatility. Okay. Where we could still have a higher volatility regime coming in. So pay attention to the
No,
gap.
that's
What's
that's
this? Asher? What's that?
that's the China ETF I was buying yesterday via
Okay. Yeah.
uh the video. Same with CHAU. I bought it at the close.
Yeah. They look like they're just retracing. I don't know if they have it in them to take those highs out.
I don't know.
We'll
Believe
see.
me, I'm not walking away, and I don't think there's going to be a two drive up to 50. Maybe there is,
Maybe.
but with the
Yeah,
administration,
everything can happen.
but that's right. So we'll leave it there.
I just think that you know, it's going to be tougher to be long China with President Trump coming in and him using leverage of tariffs on him. I'm just saying it's going to be tougher.
No, no,
So
that is something you have to be aware of. There is a new plan, a
that's
new
a new,
regime, and you know
right,
what? Even if you don't believe it, look what the market did. So you have to actually reassess. The
yeah,
market's telling you to reassess,
right.
not your opinion about who's going to be good and who's bad. They're doing the thinking for you.
And you know what? I mean, the way China came off, sold off, that too could have been, people uh, that were long China concerned about a Trump victory. Okay, so now it's a sell the rumor, buy the fact. So I'd avoid China
No, I
during the
understand.
first
Listen,
first year. I mean, trade it, trade it. I mean, you can trade everything.
you
You
know what,
know,
Coach? I will say this: what Jim Cramer says. There's only two stocks basically he's being long that is worth it. I haven't done my due diligence, so I'm piggybacking him. It's Baidu and Baba. Any other, and maybe if you want to put those in the whatever you want to do and put them away if you will, or maybe put a small percentage in Asher. But the rest of these stocks, EHLI, JD, BEKE, trade them. They go together. They're beautiful. Unfortunately, when they don't work together. But when you have them, it's not like one of these binary stocks that goes up like, Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren, the whole sector's not really moving on Ralph Lauren, but these
right?
stocks move together. That's why I like trading oils. That's why the semiconductors are always spoken about. There's a lot of other groups out there to trade because they go together. Everybody loves them. So
Yeah,
I'll leave it at that.
I do. You know what? Even though Nvidia's making a new high, the semis aren't,
No, I had a
and
good
they've been
question.
lagging for a long time. They also are a weak sister, and if you think there's going to be a correction in the market, you short weak sisters, not the leaders like the financials are right now. Okay.
And here's another. Let's talk about selling. Well, I'll leave it like this. I say it a lot. Here, DGT, Donnie at the Lowe's. When it was official, it was over.
Yeah.
That is the epitome of buy the rumor, sell the news.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll leave it there, guys. You know what I mean?
All right.
Here's the option flow. Go to my Twitter feed if I don't follow many people, or go to Coach's Twitter feed. These are all. I'm proud of the curation of this feed. You know what I mean? It's so it, you can always delete. An opinion leads to another opinion. Like
Yeah.
and dislike. It's not. I mean, it's only 70 people.
Yeah.
So
What's Mark Newton saying
great, great,
nowadays?
great. I don't follow many CMTs because I consider myself a good chartist as you. Uh, IWM breakout.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah. I used to interview him before he went to work for what's his name? I can't remember anyone's name now. You
That's
know the guy, Tom Lee. He
well,
went
he
to
just
work
said
for
Tom
Tom.
Lee. Tom Lee said this is a blow off top yesterday.
Oh, you said blow off, huh?
Look, yeah, right here. This is what he
There's
said last
still
night.
room to run.
No, he said this is a blow off top. Trust me. Hold on.
Oh,
That's what he said.
because I saw him say it's set up for, good rally into year end. But okay. Uh, maybe he said both.
Hold on.
It's hard for me to believe that one of the more bullish guys on the street has said the word top at all.
Get you. I'll get another say. Believe me,
Yeah.
because I followed it.
Yeah.
Recent. Let's go to past 24 hours. I'll get it. I'll post it.
Okay. All right, Mike. Have a good one, buddy.
You too, Coach. Enjoy.
All right, man. All right. Take it
Thanks for
easy.
tuning in, everybody. I'm in the room, fast and furious, and
Yeah.
we'll be there. Okay,
Yeah.
cheers.
Everyone, good hunting during the Fed. And I believe
Morgan, I think
Mike
maybe the
and
most important thing for
I'll do a
those
wrap up
listening
tomorrow.
in is to realize 2024 has proven this is an incredibly strong stock market, rising 8 out of 10 months. It's really maybe it'll end up being one of the 10 best years ever in the history of the market. But that means investors shouldn't be skeptical. I mean, there are now fundamental tailwinds coming into play with animal spirits and the Fed dovish. So I think people should just sort of be ready to buy the dips. Morgan.
Okay. Yeah. Dips. Okay. All right. So that's all right. If you find it, you do. We're
No,
still on the air. I'm going to say goodbye.
all right, no, it's all
Don't
good.
just don't just count your pips, count your blessings, everyone. And if you're trading, that means you have extra cash. So you're in better shape than a lot of people out there. And be grateful. And I'll see everyone tomorrow. Mike and I will do a wrap up, I'm sure. You'll do a wrap up tomorrow, right, bro?
I'm going to do a 3 o'clock power hour today, Coach.
Okay, and he does, and you can catch Mike
Yeah, 3 o'clock
into
today.
the closing hour. He's been doing some broadcasts, so that's the most important hour. That's why they call it power hour, because the close is where people are voting with their wallets.
Overnight taking risks. Those are the
Yeah,
wise guys that can afford it. They
yeah.
see the edge. Opens are for smash and grabs. That's fine. Build up a little cushion. That's what I do actually kind of best into the open. Make a little money, and then maybe we could do something into the close. 2 o'clock, tune in today for 3 o'clock power hour. By the way, Surf's up. Way to be present posting. I got to call it out.
All right.
IONQ I talked about. There's the chart. Also, Coin, this is interesting to me. Coin traded 20% of its float yesterday and also doing heavy volume today.
Yeah, so
So
it's
that
the Bitcoin. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So cheers, everyone. All right, Jeff, we'll see
All
you
right,
later.
buddy.
Thanks for tuning in. Where's Mickey D? Where's all the crew? All right, we'll
Oh,
see you a little bit later.
see you
Till
later. Adios.